What's up, everyone? Alice Gaming here, and today we were pleasantly surprised with the announcement of a new SAO game, Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. This was announced the most recent partner showcase Nintendo Direct, to the surprise of many, as this was kind of not led up to or alluded to in the slightest by Bandai or the SAO people. Actually, I don't know, maybe it was at the game conference, but regardless, there are two trailers at the time of making this video, and also a JP website to go over. They have a lot of information on the game, and I think this game is shaping up to be pretty good. So let's check it out. So to start off with the announcement trailer in the Nintendo Direct, it starts out with Quinella and Kirito seemingly both in the real world as they summon their swords and dash at each other, fighting each other, while the announcer says the past and present collide in this game. It directly mentions that Kirito will be joined by old adversaries and even fallen enemies, which shows Yu-Gi-Oh! During that. So if Yu-Gi-Oh! Is potentially dead based off this implication, then maybe they're shying away from the Gameverse timeline instead of actually continuing it with this game. Another interesting thing is they said there will be 10-player co-op, and from what the other trailers say and everything else, it seems there will be a multiplayer emphasis on this game with more Warriors-like gameplay. They said the release date for this game will be in 2024, and this game looks relatively polished and finished, so I think we can expect maybe a May or April release. I'll have more on why we can expect that later, but let's get into the second trailer, which was released while I was writing points for this video. So, trailer 2 further reinforces the past and present colliding narrative, with Leafa mentioning that, there's a brand new world or VR system called Galaxia where you can completely replay recreations of the past. A big thing is that cross-platform is going to be available for this game. I think that's really awesome because, an SAO game really hasn't had cross-platform in the past. And since this has multiplayer emphasis, I think this is going to be very good for the game's longevity. During the cutscenes and story sections that we see playing, Oberon seems to be in GGO, so that's interesting. He also seems to be a playable character as well, alongside Quinella. So maybe we'll be seeing antagonists be playable. I would love to see like POH or Gabriel, but only time will tell. Argo says some jargon about someone reached beyond space and time to bring everyone together. So who knows, maybe things will get crazy. I don't know who the antagonist will be. And during this, there was also a website that is sadly only in Japanese right now. So I'm going to go over that, but keep in mind this is all roughly machine translated. So looking at the website, which anybody can get, I'll put in the link in the description. It says, new virtual world feature, Galaxia. It was supposed to be an innovative technology that realistically recreates the past. However, this technology suddenly shows signs of going out of control, and the players and worlds are mixed together. In order to deal with this strange situation, Kirito joins forces with his long-lost friends and old enemies, or well translated as nemesis. So I think this may be their attempt at doing Unital Ring before Unital Ring is finished, but it's kind of odd since this isn't part of the Gameverse timeline. Who knows, maybe the whole space and time thing will play into this. Maybe like Gameverse people, will show up regardless of this. For the story mode, it says it's an offline only mode where you can enjoy the original story of this work. Now, the important thing is it says for the first time in a home video game, keep in mind this is Google translated, the world story is based on the original work and anime. So for this game, I think they're just shying away from the Gameverse timeline. I don't think we're going to see that again. But beyond that, that's all the offline stuff. It says for the online, you can challenge powerful enemies with up to 20 people in online collaboration. There's a co-op quest mode, which features 5 groups of 4 people doing quests in the world in different locations. There is a free mode where you can explore the world with up to 20 people, and a boss raid mode, which has 20 people all up against big bosses. So once again, further reinforcing the multiplayer emphasis of this game. Beyond that, there's actually one really cool important part of this page. Now keep in mind, this is only on the JP version, but apparently they are doing a closed beta test. Now, whether this closed beta test comes to the West or stays in Japan, I don't know. But they are going to be starting recruitment as soon as the 22nd, and it will be running until the 3rd on March 3rd. So if you want to go get that in, this says they will be recruiting about 4,000 people. But on the JP website, it says you must be a person who resides in Japan and are willing to fill out a questionnaire. You also have to do an NDA and a privacy policy and all that stuff. But regardless, this is pretty interesting because I don't think any SAO games like this have had a closed beta test. Now, it's important to remember that this only features online co-op modes. So you're not going to be able to play the game in single player and all that, but it will be for the Switch, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. So, I mean, maybe the Steam version potentially gets cracked. I don't know. I'm really hoping this comes to the West because I would love to play a beta test version of this, but, I don't live in Japan. So it's going to be kind of hard to falsify that information. So it's important to keep that in mind. The beta test will seem to be running from specific times on March 11th, 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. So keep that in mind. There's going to be set times you can play it. But regardless, that's pretty much all the website says. And now I want to give my personal thoughts on this. So for my personal thoughts, this game was hella out of left field. I was just watching the Nintendo Direct in bed, and it just randomly showed up. As I said in the beginning of this video, there was zero lead up to it or illusion that there was going to be a new SAO game. I mean, Last Recollection released in November. The newest DLC came out. And I mean, honestly, it kind of makes sense. Last Recollection didn't do too good, and Cursed Clash was also doing very bad. So I think Bandai Namco just went, guys, we need to release this SAO game quick so we can get our money back. But besides that, there was also, I think this game is going to be pretty interesting. I don't think they've really done an SAO game that is meant to be more multiplayer focused. And hopefully, if this game is good, they will continue to do stuff like this. Who knows? Maybe we'll get an SAO MMO one day. Not with Bandai in charge. But besides that, 20 players. The story seems pretty solid. It's basically just, from what I can tell, Unito Ring, but for the games because Unito Ring is finished. And the fact that it's probably not going to be in the Gameverse timeline is interesting. Although, interestingly, in one of the screenshots, there seems to be a character who we don't know who they are. They just seem to be wearing, clothes from Last Recollection, so maybe it's just kept in there as, a placeholder, or maybe there will be a customizable character, but I doubt we'll see the Fatal Bullet protagonist return, or that we'll see any sort of, solo protagonist with his own story. But besides that, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic for this game. I hope that it's a good game. I mean, it seems that it could be a good game, but based off what we've been getting in terms of SAO content, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, another possibility is this is also just a buffer game that they're putting in before the movie, but regardless, completely out of left field, cautiously optimistic. I am very surprised that we will be able to play as Oberon and Quinella, but hey, I mean, Oberon hasn't been playable since Excel World versus SAO, so fuck it, I guess we ball. Regardless, thank you for watching the video. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. This channel is new. I'm the person who uploaded What If Sashi Survived, but I'm just making a new channel because that channel I want to dedicate to music. Regardless, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.